Is Seinfeld really a show about nothing? So when this show was first pitched to the network, they said it's a show about how comedians get their material. Every good comedian needs to have an interesting life in order to have like a lot of fun, interesting real life events that happen. And that's how you get material. But later on, as the show ran on for some years, it started to become as the show about nothing. So what is the difference between how it was pitched, that this is how comedians get their material, by you seeing the life of these comedians, and this is providing the content for their stand-up routine afterwards, or that it's a show about nothing? What's the difference? So if you view your life events as just coincidences, just happenstance, then maybe it's not meaningful, and maybe it's about nothing. But we're going to say that it can mean something else. That your life can be both about nothing and about everything. That the founder of the Hasidic movement, the Baal Shem Tov, said that instead of viewing that we have what's called a mazel or a zodiac, some good luck charm, that especially the Jewish people were above that. Just like God took Abraham above the stars. So we're above the zodiac and the constellation. But what do we do once we're brought above the stars? Is that instead of, it says, Ein Mazel Yisrael, the Jewish people are not ruled by the zodiac. But there's something else we can learn from that statement. And the Baal Shem Tov reads it as Ayin Mazel Yisrael. That what is our mazel? What are we influenced by? What guides our life? Ayin. Nothing. So it's funny. It's like our lives are like a show about nothing. But really, what's the deeper lesson here is that it may seem that our lives are just coincidence and just happenstance, but every moment of our lives is filled with godliness. So it may seem as if as we're living like a show about nothing, but really it's a show filled with content, that our lives are filled with contents. And we have to have fun with our lives. Like it's the whole story of Purim, that God was concealed during the story of Purim, and in the end there was great celebration. So how was Seinfeld pitched? As it's providing, you're seeing the life of these comedians, and this is what is providing the content for their stand-up routine later. But really, each and every one of our lives is filled with content, but we could say maybe it's nothing, maybe our lives are filled with nothing, maybe it's happenstance. No, it's not happenstance. Our lives are filled with meaning, and they're filled with the oneness of God. It's our job to reveal it and to have fun revealing it. And our lives are both a show about nothing, but a show about everything, about the oneness of God, about revealing the oneness of God. And that's the greatest rejoicing that there can ever be.